started when I was 16, so I'll be 30, well, I'm in my 13th season now in terms of professional football. Now in my second season as a Premier League referee, and did 3 seasons on the Football League before that.
I started because I seen a game on the TV and the commentators were making comment of the referee's performance, and I sat there and thought, you know, something I've never done. I played the game, but I've never refereed. I've never had that experience. So I looked into it, found out how I could get into refereeing, and then took it up from there.
During my time as a team manager, I'd referee games, and it was just a natural progression. I just love being involved with football, getting my boots on. So I thought I'd put something back, and this was the next step.
It's just an under-7 game, so I'm quite nervous, but as soon as I got there I realised there's nothing to be nervous of. I'm little kids. The parents can be a bit annoying, and the coaches, they're sometimes alright. The majority of them are genuinely nice guys, just there's an odd one that you don't like.
It's something that has always intrigued me. I think I've always played football as a junior, and I've always thought, you know, you're getting a different aspect of football, you're seeing it from a different view, a different way. I just thought it'd be something different, and it's potentially a career opportunity.
I did a game in Haydock, and it was like a Haydock derby in a cup, and it was like one of my first few matches, and they absolutely hated each other. For the entire 90 minutes, every single person did was a foul, and it was way over my head. I just didn't know. I didn't have the skills to manage it. I knew the laws of the game, and that is not enough to get you through a game like that, where they just want to knock the crap out of each other.
I once had a very difficult afternoon where I was incorrect in law on a decision. Both teams didn't want to behave that day and ended up dismissing 4 players from one team after a brawl, in which I abandoned the game. I walked off the field of play. I've done nothing wrong in my mind until my coaches rung me up later on and told me to abandon a game, it needs to be less than 7.
I was given an appointment to referee Southampton and West Bromwich Albion. Long drive, long way down to Southampton, 4.5-hour drive. And you have these dreams of 0-0, no yellow cards, last on match of the day, no controversy. It didn't quite happen like that. We ended up 3-0 to the away team, and 3 red cards in the game, which, if you'd have told me that at 2 minutes to 3, I might not have walked out the tunnel.
I was involved with the game, and it ended 5-0, but the manager wasn't happy, and he wasn't happy with me whatsoever. So I reported to the league after the game, and I think he's appealed against the report, and now I'm going to go to the FA.
I think the support now for referees of all ages is better than it's ever been. Certainly when I started there was referees associations which were very old school, very meet once a month, chains of office, gavel, order gentlemen please. We've totally moved away from that now. I think the development that's there for referees of all levels, especially young referees, is huge. Referee School of Excellence, there's referee academies, referee development groups, everything's there to try and help.
It's where we meet once a month and we try and get various speakers down, from Premier League referees to other standards of referees, level 3, level 2, linesmen from different variation of levels, and to give us advice and help us through, you know, what's coming, what to expect, how to train, what to do on match days and things like that. When you first start out refereeing, it's quite, you're on your own. You think you've just passed your course, you're on your own, you go out to a match, you're on your own. There's 22 guys against you. You have a bad game, which you will do in your first few games, and it's difficult, but if you've got people to talk to and other people to tell you, you know, their experience and whatnot, it does help you through.
The refereeing group, for me, to sum it up, provides everything that a referee needs to progress. From me starting out and you know, as a 14-year-old lad, I went out and did my first game. I remember two managers squaring up to each other, gripping each other, players fighting, parents shouting. It wasn't a nice experience. So to come to this group and have the support of all my other colleagues and referees at different levels, it gave me that support that I needed to carry on. And I think if I didn't have that support now, I might not be even refereeing anymore, let alone where I am now.
Refereeing can be lonely. On a match day, there's you and 22 other people. You're the only one there who's not bothered who wins. You do get abuse, and it's nice to know that there's other people who've been in the same scenario, who are there to help you, support you, share good practices. And just basically, again, be part of a team.
They help a lot, that's all. You know, there's nothing much I can say on that other than they provide you with support. They provide you with somebody to go back to if you've had a problem. You know, 30 years ago there was no such thing as a referee development group. You know, you'd have to go and do your game. If you had a problem, you had to deal with it, pick yourself up and do it again. Now, coaches, mentors, peers who you can turn to, talk to, you know, talk them through your game, they'll give you some advice. So, you know, they're a massive part of refereeing now.
It's interesting, it's enjoyable majority of the time, and I just love football, and so when I was playing I used to give the referee abuse. If I can give it, I can take it, kind of.
Sometimes in a weird kind of way, and I'm sure other referees will tell you this, we actually enjoy sort of adrenaline you get out of not so much abuse, because you know you don't get adrenaline out of abuse, but the pressure that's on you sometimes to deliver a good performance is definitely somewhere inside of us we enjoy it.
If I'm honest, I still consider this my hobby, and as strange as that sounds, yep, it is my job, but I know I'm very, very fortunate to do what I do. I also know that, you know, it's quite a career in terms of an injury can finish it tomorrow, so again I'm totally aware of that.
The rewards are good, not just a financial, from a personal point of view, and I just love getting my boots on still and keep going as long as you can.
I like it too much. I've always liked football a lot. I wanted to do refereeing a long time before I did. Probably about 10-15 years ago I wanted to do it, but I never had the bottle to do it. But maybe if I'd have known about a society where I could have spoken to people, which I didn't at the time, it might have swayed me over the line.
Abuse-wise, relating to the Respect campaign that was kicked off, the FA looked at it and decided that the Respect campaign should be brought in a few years back now, and I think it's done its role. Maybe it could be relaunched or rebranded in a way that they push it again.
I think we're going in the right direction. I think there's so many positive things that don't get highlighted that need to be, really, and I think if that was highlighted through the press, that people would understand that football is improving in that sense.
It works sometimes, but I've been to a game where they've got the Respect banners up and everything, and then there's no respect given. So you can give them out the banners they want, and then they don't take the respect. So it's not. You've got to coach them, you can't just give them banners or anything.
I would say at grassroots it's difficult. I think it all depends on what league you're refereeing in. The Sunday league that I referee on, the Respect campaign, how they conduct themselves as a league helps me as a referee. Teams are very disciplined. It's not very often now that you're cautioning or sending off players for verbal comments. However, I've been and watched games in other leagues where it's been completely the other side, and you know, the Respect campaign hasn't worked.
I think society as a whole needs to work on it, not just football. I think it's ridiculous that people expect just because it's football, because there's not as much respect anymore. Just with the way people speak to each other and whatnot, and the language they use in everyday life.
The FA Respect campaign was brought in about 2-3 years ago. The ideas and the intention behind it were all good. That seemed to have died a death.
The only advice I have is, and it's one thing, you have to be thick-skinned. If you're not thick-skinned, as blunt as it sounds, you shouldn't be refereeing. You have to be able to take anything that comes your way. And you know that it's not all about just refereeing for money. You've got to do that game of football. You've got to referee that game of football properly.
Enjoy it, you know. From a personal point of view, it certainly helped my management skills, my communication skills, and from a young referee, the support's there. Join a society, a development group. There's people there to help you, and the rewards are good.
Advice to anyone who wants to become a referee would, or is thinking about it, is do it. Definitely try it. You know, if like me, I was sat at home, I was thinking about it, and my family actually pushed me to just sign up, try it, and do it. And then it got me to obviously where I am and looking to progress in the long run. So I would say, do it, try it, but most of all, find the support as well.
Go for it, enjoy it, and just keep going for it, because you never know what could happen.
Join a society or a development group, because if you have one bad game and that makes you think about quitting, come and speak to somebody. They'll help you, they'll get you through that game, and if you want to leave after you've spoken to somebody, or we can come and we'll go down and watch you, we'll give you advice, we'll get you over that bad patch.
Just have a go, have a go. The important thing is that we find that a lot of referees in their first season, you'll either find it's for you or it's not for you. If you manage to get through your first season and you enjoy it, the likeliness is you'll re-register as a referee for the rest of your life. And it's just one of those things. Again, there'll be people who will do the first game, the second game, and just say this isn't for me. And that's just life. That's the same in anything that you want to do. I think as a young referee, take every bit of support that there is, because there's a hell of a lot of it now, all around the country, from top level to grassroots level. And just try to develop. Want to learn. Don't have an attitude that you want to be a Premier League referee tomorrow, because it's not going to happen. You know, it's going to take, if you're going to get there, you're looking at 15 years. And there's a lot of people above you in that pyramid who want to be there as well, and who are damn good referees as well. So yeah, learn to walk before you can run, but certainly have that ambition to be the best that you can.